Oh, sure, there's been a whole bunch. I mean, the usual suspects. They're adored by the media. And I think that it's also very dangerous for them because sometimes early film gets so built up that they don't realize that they're being led to the slaughter. The trap is set. Because the expectations, you see, I think movies to such a large degree, and I'm disillusioned about that, but I do think, I've always believed in the purity of movies. I was a film student. I came from a tradition of, you didn't know who the director was, you watched the movie, and you saw the brilliance of it or not, and often it would be the same directors, true, and that's when you make the connection, but you don't go to the director and then find the movie and tell me how great the movie is when you fall asleep watching it. Work from the inside out rather than the outside in. Just because it is whoever, Orson Welles, doesn't mean that everything he did was brilliant. Sorry, that's not the way it was in film school. We'd fall asleep the same way for Orson Welles. We would fall asleep. I come up from the hard knocks school because in film school it was shit. I mean, they treated each other like shit. They pissed on everybody's films. We all had to struggle to make our own films and we had to sell the class, and they all shit on them. And they were all jealous and assholes and blah, blah, blah. And they were all, at that time they were all into the socialist revolution of 1970. They took over the campus, smashed all the cameras. Well, actually the Wall Street workers who Nixon hired took care of that. But everything got lost, everything got fucked up. The film school got set back by 20 years, 10 years, and had to rebuild with no money. But the students, demolished the place. They had no teachers. There was no room for teachers. And what's interesting with a situation like that, when there's real kind of social ferment, is how many bullies come forward. All the bullies in the class would be the guys who are women with the biggest mouths and the most intimidating. And they were walking with these bully sections. It was pure democracy. It was madness. That's not really much of an answer to your question. I guess I'm trying to stay off it. The usual suspects, yes. They make the talented film, but then what happens? Sometimes you just got to be consistent, hang in there. Let's watch them over time. Okay, mustache.
Is that me?
Yeah.
Where do you see Hollywood in the next, 10 to 50 years? With digital becoming more popular and the internet becoming more popular for watching movies, what do you see happening to Hollywood?
Are you talking 50 years from now, you said?
Yeah, somewhere from now to the next 50
years. In 50 years, I'll be not worried about it. I think it's fragmented. I think it's too bad. I think you're losing something big. I think it will make a comeback. I think the theatrical experience is a wonderful one. It's a collective experience. It's a very invigorating thing I can't tell you some of the World Trade Center screenings we had, to see a room full of people in grief, in a healthy grief, was a wonderful experience. And people come out. I saw kids, young people hold their hands on their dates, and they don't know as much about life as an older couple, but they're older, and when they hold their hands and they watch a movie together, there's something very moving about it. It was a PG-13, my first one, and I could say I saw a grandmother and a granddaughter see it. It's a wonderful thing. That communal spirit, which I'm going to talk about tonight. And I think that it's a shame that this piracy and internet and mentality, it's so, I worry about the attention span and the ability of people to absorb more detailed information. I suffer from it, as you know, pretty outrageously, and got a lot of publicity with Alexander, because I complained that Americans don't know much classical history. Boy, that I get scalded for that. I'm divided, because it will be more niche films, there'll be more fucking Truman Capotes, and it's going to be all these independent films, and they'll never play the world the same way that we're losing that global thing, you know. I can still say I went around the world many times on every movie, you know. Except for the football movie, there was always a market. You know, there was, if you can hit people in India or hit people in Thailand, Korea, and feel that they're responding. But even then, they're changing to the internet, you know. Do you think the consumer gods have gotten control of the minds of young people? Are they as stupid as they seem? Or are they so bright? Or not? I mean, I don't know. I mean, it seems you can be very clever like a monkey with a gadget, but where's your soul? That's the older couple over there. Monkeys without souls. Who else? You, the green lady.
Which foreign cinemas do you admire?
Say again?
Which foreign cinemas do you admire?
When I was a child, when I was a film student, it was the French New Wave, the Italians, the Spanish Noel, and I also discovered in film school the American tradition, a very important tradition. It's, you know, it's a shame when you think about how many good movies I know that you don't know, and how many good movies that were probably made that I don't know. You know, it's a shame. And we can take a hiatus from movies. No one needs to make them for the next 20 years, and we can all look at what's been made. You know, there's a lot of wisdom there. I don't know why it has to be a novel. Why does it have to be a newspaper experience? Why does it always have to be something new? Why can't we learn from the old? Yes, sir. That behind the John.
Who's your inspiration for becoming a filmmaker?
No, I think it's a craft. It's really it's a body of knowledge. We went to film school. We learned it from many different people. We learned many different things. It's a process, and you admire the good filmmakers, producers, writers, actors. You definitely admire them, but you know that you can make it anyway. Yes, you.
What are some of the challenges in coming up with your own unique idea?
Challenges?
In creating your own unique idea.
A unique idea. A unique idea can come in the middle of the night. It can come in a flash. Are you aware of it? Do you develop it? I have files of good ideas. Did I develop them? No. I was lazy. I had other things to do. Distractions occur. First question of the day, passion. You know, how you may love something for a few days. Do you have the passion to go through it?